Hey guys, Marcel here. Welcome back to my kitchen. Guys, I'm about to make myself a little afternoon snack. I have been loving these low-carb tortilla chips. All you need are 3 ingredients. They come together super duper quickly, and best of all, they're totally tasty and the best vehicles for guacamole and salsa. I've been doing low carb for the last couple of weeks, trying to shed some pounds before the summer months get here. I'm enjoying it. I'm feeling great. This has been one of my favorite snacks to help me get through. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn you around, show you the 3 ingredients we need to make these, and we're gonna jump right into it. Okay, y'all, so here are the 3 ingredients we need to make some delicious low-carb tortilla chips. We are gonna start off with 1 cup of shredded mozzarella cheese. And then here I have a 1/2 cup of almond flour. And then I'm gonna be seasoning mine with a little bit of my homemade taco seasoning. I will put a link to this recipe down below for you, but you can use any taco seasoning you prefer. But that's it for the base of the recipe. Now, preparation-wise, you're gonna need a rolling pin, a pizza cutter, and 2 sheets of parchment paper. Once we get our dough created, we're gonna sandwich it between these 2 pieces of parchment paper and roll it out. And then we're gonna be baking them on a baking sheet and a 350-degree oven. All right, so my oven is preheated. Next thing we're gonna jump right into this, guys. I'm gonna pop this mozzarella cheese into my microwave, and we're gonna heat it for 1 minute until it's nice and melty. Okay guys, so here we are with our melty mozzarella cheese. I did take the cheese out of the microwave at the halfway mark and stir it, and then I did put it back in for the full minute, and here's where we are with some seriously melty mozzarella cheese. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started making the dough. So I'm gonna go right in with a teaspoon of the taco seasoning, followed up by the full 1/2 cup of almond flour. And the mixing part of this, guys, it takes a little bit of patience to get it all worked together, but it will come together. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started mixing, and we'll have us a really thick dough here shortly. Okay guys, so I just wanted to show you, it gets really thick, obviously, in this process, and I'm using the back of my spoon to try to push this all together. But what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to turn it out onto a piece of this parchment paper and go ahead and knead it with my hands until it becomes nice and smooth. All right, so we're just going to knead it for a couple of minutes. It's very warm. But all of that almond flour will get worked into the cheese. Okay guys, so I've been kneading this for just a couple of minutes, and all the almond flour is incorporated in there. You can see the taco seasoning. It smells fantastic. And so I'm going to try to shape this into a rectangle as much as I can. And then we are gonna roll this out until a really thin rectangle, you know, around a 1/8 inch thickness. You know, think about a thick tortilla chip. But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and cover this with the other piece of parchment paper, and we're gonna start rolling it out. Okay guys, so I've got these chips nice and rolled out into a nice looking little rectangle here. I'm actually gonna take this top sheet that I was using and go ahead and line my baking sheet with it. It's gonna kind of do double duty today. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting the tortilla chip dough into strips, and then we will cut them into triangles. These are gonna look like rustic triangles. But that's okay, that's the charm of them, guys. So just kind of back and forth. If you prefer to leave them in strips, you could certainly do that too. But I'm gonna cut my triangles, and then we're gonna go ahead and transfer them to the prepared baking sheet. And as I said earlier, my oven is preheated to 350 degrees. Okay guys, so here are our rustic tortilla chips. And I am not just leaving them on this piece of parchment paper. I'm gonna transfer them over here because they are gonna rise just a little bit. They will puff up. So they need to have a little bit of space as they bake. So I'm gonna move these over here and pop them into the oven, and I will show you what they look like after about 13 to 14 minutes of baking. Okay, so here's one last look before they go into the oven. All right, see you back here somewhere between 13 and 15 minutes from now. Okay, y'all, so here they are, fresh out of the oven. You can see those perfectly golden edges, and you can see how they puffed up a little bit. So it's a good idea to leave some space between them on the baking sheet, but they smell amazing. So I'm gonna let them cool, and then I am gonna get busy dipping these bad boys in some salsa. Okay guys, well, I hope you thought this recipe was as quick and easy as I do. This is one of my favorites. I've actually really been enjoying eating low carb over the last, several days. And if you follow a low carb diet, or you're considering one, or you just like to eat low carb from time to time, this is a really great recipe. They are a great substitution for traditional, tortilla chips. They are perfect dippers for, like I said earlier, guacamole or salsa, or you could even, use some ground beef or ground turkey with cheese and make some low carb nachos with these. I've just been enjoying the heck out of them, and I hope you do too. Be sure to share this recipe with anybody who might enjoy it, and leave me a thumbs up on the way out. I appreciate you guys watching. Take care. I'll see you in the next one.